Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey y'all, I just want to kind of come back and touch on that whole Rolly situation because it was worth a little separate dig into, look at, and kind of just talk about. Basically, with this whole situation, I kind of see, you know, how things happened in the whole situation, just like I confirmed in my last video with Rolly and Slim, that we already kind of knew that that relationship wasn't going to last. When someone is jealous of you, when you have a quote unquote friend and they're a hater, it's never a good situation. You should just get out of that real fast. Like in different situations, you have to be able to decipher if someone's your friend. No, it's not always jealousy. It could just be that that person's not good for you. But when you have a jealous friend, someone who's envious of what you have and they want it, or they have a problem with you for excelling and they're not excelling, you need to really take a good, keen eye at that person and you need to get that person out your life ASAP. ASAPery. So, anyways, the same situation that's going on right now, I feel like they tried to portray it last season with the Meatball and Tinkerbella situation. I really feel like personally that the Meatball and Tinkerbella situation is not the same situation with Rolly and Slim. They tried to make it seem as if Meatball was just jealous, but I don't feel like that was the gist of everything, and that was the only reason that Meatball and Tinkerbella had their falling out. But since they tried to portray it that way, let's go ahead and flip it on over to this season and let's look at this situation and let's see if this situation is similar. Because I did touch on this in my last video and I did make it prevalent to know that Slim was hating on Rolly real bad. And Natalie even confirmed it this episode this Sunday by basically just saying that, yeah, like Slim, you were upset that I didn't want to cast you and I casted Rolly. Like, yeah, I have more loyalty towards Rolly. Like, Rolly's a bigger star at the end of the day. Nobody really's paying attention to you, and you know that, Slim. So Slim wasting her time like being upset and being mad and trying to like do the resentment thing towards Rolly, it just didn't make sense. Like you're literally taking your energy out on somebody that you shouldn't be taking your energy out on. When you chose and decided to pick a side and jump in that fight on Baddies West with Rolly and Natalie, you should have known not to do that. You should have known that wasn't your place even to jump in. Even Rolly said that her own sisters don't just get in there, stuff like that, because at the end of the day, they know that this is TV and that's really not their place not to get in that. So if her own sisters know that, Slim, why would you jump in? Even Krishan had to hop in and hit her with a little mink it real quick, because why are you jumping in the fight between Rolly and Natalie? Like that has nothing to do with you. Even if you had a beef with Rolly, even if you had a beef with Natalie, have a beef with Natalie. Don't have a beef and try to piggyback off of someone else's beef. That's lame, that's corny, and it cost you your job. So no, I don't feel bad for you, Slim. You had no business jumping in that situation. Now that we're touching on the topic of loyalty and friendships and stuff like that, when it comes down to Natalie in that situation where Krishan jumped in for her, I feel like she should have more loyalty towards Krishan than she does having and casting Tasiki on the show. See, Natalie's a very strategic person. She's one of those. She's very intelligent, and people don't really pay too much mind to it and kind of pay it dust because they see she's just doing stuff for the show. But if you really pay attention to it, she's intelligent as fuck. Right? She's smart. She sat there, and after she thought that after Krishan thought that she was going to bring Tasiki on the show, basically to beat up Natalie, and make a frame about that, is she turned around and flipped it on her ass, and then casted Tasiki, and then had her begging also on the first season, on the first episode of the season, to come back on the show. Now she's using her own muscle against Krishan as a pawn, and this is supposed to be her sister, right in her face, just playing all in her face, like right on TV. Like Natalie's, she's like a witch. Natalie like a witch. You gotta really watch her. But that is something that I do um, recognize about her, and actually is something that people should aspire. Like out here in this world, it's a dog eat dog world. Stop sitting out here thinking you owe loyalty to everybody. Stop sitting out here thinking that business is personal and personal is business. At the end of the day, that goes for everything in life. Stop thinking you have friends at your job. The people at your job are not your friends. They're your coworkers. And when you leave the job, when you punch out the clock, y'all could be the best friends in the world. Skip on into sunset, whatever you want to do, but don't think that these people are your friends when you're at work. All right. pretty much like the whole situation is crazy. I see like a lot of like flip flopping and stuff like that when it comes down to the friendships that go on these shows. That's why I never take them serious. I don't look at them and think, oh, these people are really friends. I always look at it like a business relationship. That's how it is. These shows cast people specifically based on how they're going to act on the show. Hence why people like Emma, Tasiki, uh, and several others need to go because they're not make taking the. It's so much money that goes into the production. It's so much money that goes into all these security, all these people standing behind cameras, standing in a circle, just watching these people. They're literally just looking at these people all day. Like that's their job to just be watching these people all day. So you mean to tell me that they want people filling up their camera minutes, even if it's 4 minutes out of the episode? You think they want people just standing around, being a lump on a log, like to see? No, and that's why they were getting at Biggie in the beginning. But anyways, this is not about the dynamic of the show. It's more about the friendships because at the end of the day, you will really pick apart these shows when you really pay attention to how the friendships happen. Now, Rolly, with all of this, oh, you talked about my son, and Slim with all of this, you talked about my dad. Like, no, at the end of the day, we don't care. Like, I'm sorry to have to be the one to break it. We don't care about that story. Y'all should have brought up the juicy story of whatever's going on behind the scenes through the text messages, whatever situation or conversation that Rolly had with Slim and Slim's boyfriend that Rolly brought up on the show this Sunday. Talk about those juicy details. That's why when you guys fight, we'll be way more invested. We're only looking at this right now because we know you guys were friends. It's not enough. At the end of the day, we really don't care about this beef. Do I think Rolly and Slim will ever be friends again? No, I don't think they'll ever be friends again. If they turn out friends again, it's definitely for the show, for the production of the show, for a check, for a bag, for an ideal to lead on to something else. I don't know. But I'm telling you right now, if that is friendship, trust me, I ain't gonna never have no friends. So let's get into what Rolly said about Slim. So Rolly with a post on Instagram on her story, she says, a friend is never jealous of their friend for making it, and they didn't. You congratulate and still support everybody can't always go. But when the envy overcomes the friendship, then you really see people's ways. Me and Slim fell out over Zeus, not putting her on West or any other seasons. She literally blamed me when all I did was support this. Beyond her talking about my child or her damn daddy, this been going on for 2 years. I forgave, and she still was envious. I will never make up with her in this life or the next. Then she goes on to say, I don't care what anybody says. I'm the blueprint, baby. I was the first baddie that was on the network longer than any first baddie to walk around smoking big blunts. Now everybody doing it. First one to put on that queen crown. First baddie turned up the reunion. Nobody didn't even have a reunion. After I turned that shit up, I be humble, but nobody not taking shit from me, and that's facts. My number's been hitting since day one. Ain't no cloning me. All right, I'm not gonna get on the grammar, and I'm not gonna get on the spelling, and I'm not gonna get on how I had to break that down because I'm one of those people that hate a grammar police, a social media grammar police. Like, where did you graduate? Like ICDC? Like what? Like I can't stand somebody, you spelled on that. Like, okay, you get the gist of it. You get somebody trying to say. But at the end of the fucking day, when you have a quote unquote friend who is hating or jealous of you, that is a dangerous stone to turn over. You got to make sure you leave that stone flat, laying where it's at, and you don't pay any mind. You can't even kick dust that way. You can't kick it with your shoe. You're going to hurt your shoe. Slim is that type of stone. She's just there. You know what I mean? One of those people who always need you and trying to like leech and latch onto you for a need because they're so needy and they always need, and they're not really there for you. It doesn't even have to just be a jealous friend. Someone who's always, giving you their problems, coming to bring you their empty plate, and then you're cleaning it off for them and giving them a little, a little bit of your food off your plate, and then they go eat it, and then they're always coming back for more. Like one of those leechy type of relationships. That's what I can see between Rolly and Slim. And like I said in the title, this number 10 has come to an end. There's no more Rolly and Slim. And I would hate to see it. If I seen it again, I'd just be like, both you hoes is fake and phony. I don't know. But yeah, when it comes down to like best friends or childhood friends, like people that are like, oh, like you grew up with from like sandbox and like went to school together, like parents know each other and all that type of stuff. That's a different. That one hit a little different. You know, that one hit a little different. And I'll do some story time and I'll touch on stuff like that on my channel. If you like hearing stuff like that, if you want to hear some story times, if you want to listen to me go on some other crazy random rants, because I got some stories and I got some crazy stuff to talk about, then come stay over here. You like it here. Make yourself at home. But if y'all really like seeing this content, like I said, subscribe and I'll be back to do more. But really, it's just like, stop calling everybody your friend. Like I said, those people that you work with, those are not your friends. Those are coworkers, okay? They are coworkers. If your shift is from 9 to 5, the minute you clock in at 9 a.m., and then the minute you clock out at 5 p.m., all in between those hours, the people that are around you, I don't give a damn if your mama worked at your job. They're not your friend. Okay? Well, your mama a little different, but you get what I'm saying. If it was your real best friend, sandbox friend, the job is the job. People have to learn how to separate business and personal and business. It's not the same thing, honey. That goes not just for on a TV screen or at your real job, that goes for life. That goes for everything and every day. It's a dog eat dog world. You have to play your role. But anyways, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. And I just wanted to touch on that. Like I said, real friends are not jealous of you. Don't let displays like this ever happen. Like I said, they tried to perpetrate that same situation last season. Now that's TV, with Tinkerbella and wait, not now that's TV. Zeus tried to touch on that last season with Tinkerbella and Meatball. And like I said, I feel like that situation is a little deeper. Situations can be real similar and like right on that gray area. But you know when you know. When you know, you know. You don't gotta fake it for nobody. I don't care if it takes you 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 friends. Just let people be where they at. Let people be where they at, and just do what you're doing. Keep doing you. So that's all I have to say. And like I said, if you guys like seeing my videos, catch me in the next video. Like, share, subscribe, turn on that notification bell if you're going to come back over here. You love it here. Make yourself at home. You're like family. And I'll catch you in the next one.